Oh, those are my keys. These are my keys. Can you see it?
I don't know. Here. Take that.
Close to
Okay. Well, my topic is the Statue of Liberty. It's an informative speech and to teach you guys about the Statue of Liberty. When you become best friends, don't you want everyone else to hear about it? Like, you just got a new best friend. Or when you were in elementary school. Me and so-and-so are now best friends. Kind of what France wanted to do with the United States. And so they kind of wanted to scream it in a big way. You know, on a whole 305 feet. Not only is it a part of my history, but it's a part of your history too, because kind of guys are Americans, you know. So I want to inform you guys about this and make sure you've learned something, you know, for once. Two reasons why I picked the Statue of Liberty to talk about is because it is one of the things I do want to see one of these days. I want to go to New York, like see it, not just pictures, different experience. And then I've been wanting to know more about it, so this is just a way to start my research. I'll be hitting on the 3 points behind why it was built, the planning of it, and then putting it together. Kind of an important part. So, as I said, Statue of Liberty was built to show the new alliance between France and the United States. Because on July 4th, 1766, the United States finally became independent. So that's our now Independence Day. And without France's help and their alliance, probably wouldn't be here right now. Probably still be in colonies. And also another important date would be October 28th, 1886, when the unveiling of the Statue of Liberty. First time anyone's ever seen it. The reason why the alliance came about was there was two treaties. Treaty of Alliance and Treaty of Amity that was finalized on February 6, 1778. This is when Benjamin Franklin and all those signed a treaty saying that there were going to be alliances, and with the Treaty of Alliance, they finalized saying that France will back up any military support for the United States until they gain their independence, which we did on July 4th, 1776. Now, Frederick, I'm going to butcher his name, Frederick Auguste Bartholdi, I think it is pronounced, some French guy, an architect. He was the one that actually got this planned and moving to commemorate their alliance. So he wanted to do a sculpture, obviously. Well, in 1876, they had the plans all figured out of that they wanted to do the Statue of Liberty, this lady holding a torch with a script in her hand. But they didn't really know where to put it. So, in 1876, he visited the United States and saw a little piece off of the New York shore called Ellis Island, a whole 12 acres of land. So, he's like, okay, well, that would be the perfect place. It's right off, it's still inside of the United States, and it'd be a good place. Well, it's a little island off of Ellis Island called Bethel's Island. Something like that. It's, for me, it's just the place where the Statue of Liberty is. there's a name for it. So, and Ellis Island has been called like multiple names before, like Little Oyster Islands, Bucking Islands, Gibbet Island, and now Ellis Island. It's kind of switched up names. And this was where it was first built. For 5 years, they were running around trying to get money funded. The citizens of France, for the most part, paid for like the copper, so the statue itself. But the United States, they just paid for like the rock pedestal, pretty much, that it sits on. Okay, and Lisa, my other sister, she was like, did they just move it? How did they move it? Well, they kind of had to move it in pieces, the statue. So the head, the shoulders, the body, and then the feet. And then they constructed it onto the island itself. In 1878, the arm holding the torch was finally built by French craftsmen. The head and shoulders were finally built in 1878, and throughout transporting them, they were able to stack them up on top of each other. And then, as I said, it was unveiled on October 28th, 1886, where everyone was celebrated that it was finally built. So, Bartholdi, I think it's Bartholdi. He planned out the whole structure and everything, and no matter how long it took to construct the Statue of Liberty, they finished it all. And so now, whenever an American looks at it, or French people come over and they're like, hey, there's that. Yeah, it's part of both of our history. And again, my thesis is I wish to inform my audience about the importance of the Statue of Liberty and how it's part of everyone's history, not only mine. So every time you think about showing your pride of something, like school pride or something, nothing is as big as showing your pride as the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, there's them. Gosh.